I'm so happy to finally be signing off these paintings because I feel like I've been working on so many other things outside of building my own portfolio, let's say. I don't want to say portfolio, but I guess like my own paintings and pushing myself to do things that I've always wanted to do. And I couldn't be more grateful to be part of this show. It's called the Business Card Show at JKR Gallery. It starts September 5th. And I'm just so happy to have gotten accepted because it's just a fun little way to get into the gallery world and be a part of a show where there's so many amazing artists also participating. So I just can't wait to see all the other artwork, and yeah, really happy to be a part of this. But now that this project is over and a lot of other projects are over that I've been working on, I feel like I have just been learning so much, and I am just so ready and driven to paint these things that have called me from the very beginning. I've spoken on my channel before about storytelling and figurative work, but every time I visited this kind of artwork, I just realized I wasn't ready for it. But now things are clearing up, and I think it's time. Before I speak a little bit more on that, in this video, I'm going to be working on 2 studies and then a very special painting. The first study will go hand in hand with what I'm trying to work on, and my second study is a little bit more of a value study. So I hope you enjoy. I was able to find this super high quality painting by Sargent, which is really nice because you can really get into the brushwork and see the colors really well. But I was analyzing this painting earlier, and I happened to zoom into the signature, and if you notice, he changes the value here just cool. Because he's going into like a light side, but he didn't do it for his last name, which I thought was kind of funny. But I don't know, it's just like a little detail that I noticed, and I don't know, I just imagined him like in the studio changing the color just to finish the signature off. The reason why I chose this master copy is because this is being shown at the Sargent Paris exhibition right now, and I'm gonna go again on Tuesday, so I would like to study one that's there so that I can just compare. I just think for today I want to work on just a dancer. So the reason why I wanted to study this painting is because, well, one, I wanted to be able to go back to the show and look at it after studying it, but mainly because there's so much movement in this painting, and that's really something I want to bring into my own paintings. Movement and a strong feeling of emotion is something I absolutely love in paintings, and is something I'm very consciously trying to implement into my paintings. It's a lot harder than it may look, but I'm not gonna give up because this is just what I love the most, and I think these master copies are perfect for that.
CD's very much related. So fun. Yeah.
Someone just got a print from Paris. That's so cool.
From Paris?
Yeah. Thank you. After painting that master copy and walking through the show once again, but with Susan and Scott this time, it just really got me thinking. After doing the master copy and seeing the painting at the show, it made me realize a couple things. One, to always look at a painting in person if possible, because although this photo that I found online was really high quality, the colors and the values were still a bit off. And I think the purpose of the master copy was still successful because the whole point was to practice movement in a figure. My next painting is going to be a little study, and it's actually going to be a study of a little object that I got at North Carolina after attending Susan Lyon's workshop. And that's also kind of why I'm doing this painting, because after seeing her, it just reminded me so much about the workshop and a lot of the things that she told me. So I just thought it would be perfect to paint this little study as a reminder of everything that I learned and just to freshen up on my values. Throughout my journey, I have shifted what I've been painting many times because I wanted to experiment new things, I wanted to learn new things, and Scott said something to me while we were at the show that really hit me at the moment when I heard it. And it sounds very simple, but I guess it's just exactly what I needed to hear. But he said, just paint what you love and just forget about the rest. Basically, don't paint because you are trying to satisfy an audience or you're trying to sell. Like, just paint what you love. And that sounds really simple, but I think we can really get into our head sometimes. So I'm really glad that I heard that in this moment, because it was exactly what I needed to plan out my next painting. After the still life workshop I took with Susan, I wanted to come back home with a memory, and this was one of the items I got. This is a Beanie Bear baby or Beanie Baby. I forget, but I used to have these as a kid, and I just thought this bear was so perfect to take back home because not only did it remind me of my childhood, but I painted some stuffed animals at the workshop. It was kind of a wholesome moment to see this bear kind of come back into my life for a brand new reason. It was just really sweet, and I thought it was a perfect time after seeing Susan to revisit all the things that I learned at that workshop and do a little study of this bear. We've all gone through a season of waiting in our lives, and the thing about this season is we never know how long it's gonna last. It requires so much faith and patience to really stick out this season and just know that there are some answers at the end. I wanted to share a really sweet story with you guys that goes in hand with the theme of this painting. I bought a peace lily plant about 6 years ago, and I gave it to my parents. When I bought it, it was still pretty small, so it didn't have any flowers. This plant has grown and grown and grown, but has never given us a flower, and it's been 6 years. And every time my dad would tell me that I bought the wrong plant, I would tell him, no, this is a peace lily. It will bloom. We just have to wait. And years would go by until recently he sent me a message that it finally bloomed its first flower. And I know that this is such a small example of the season of waiting because it can be much heavier than that, but it really shows us patience and something so small that can really carry us through something much bigger than a flower in a plant. I have found myself in this season, and I just thought this painting would be perfect. This reference really spoke to me at the time that I saw it, and everything kind of just came together. My feelings, the things I've learned recently in painting, and I just thought it'd be perfect. I'm really happy that I did it because I think it turned out really beautiful. I just finished this painting, and I'm really happy with it because it's been a while since I do a figure, and it's something I really wanted to work on. This is an 8x10, and it took me about 3 days, so it was about 3 sessions between 3 and 4 hours long each session. Really happy with how simple everything looks. This pose and painting was heavily inspired by Zorn. I absolutely love the way he paints figures and sets them on the scene, and yeah, when I saw this reference, I just thought Zorn in my head, and that was kind of what I was trying to go for when I painted this. This painting is still wet, so I'm gonna have to varnish it in a couple of days, but I do plan on adding this to the shop and it will be sold framed. So make sure to sign up to my newsletter on my website to get notified when this gets added to the shop. And I am thinking about making prints out of this as well, so let me know if that interests you guys. I'm really happy with this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed this painting and this video, and I'll see you guys here very soon.